What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. I know I think it's been 7 days since my last video. It's been a long time, but I have been extremely busy with the drop shipping store. I have been doing lots and lots of work with it, and I'm trying to move as fast as possible. Speed is probably my number one priority, obviously being followed by quality and other things like that. But that's why I haven't had my video in 6 days. That's not an excuse, but I just wanted to let you guys know that's why I haven't gone out with anything new recently. I've been posting a lot on the Orem Instagram. I just created the second design today. I'm gonna post on Instagram and show you guys who follow me later tonight after I'm done making this video and after I upload this video. And then we'll have two products uploaded for the first collection, and then I'll probably have another 2 or 3 products for this first drop, and that'll be it. And then it's drop time. So I just gotta wait for the designs to be fully done, and then have them be sent to me, and then we'll get you guys knocked out and ready to go with that. So today's video is going to be about staying on track and following your own path. Okay, I made another beautiful design for you guys. You guys know how much I love these designs, and I'm sure you guys know how much effort and time I put into this. And then on the bottom here, I have store update. I just did that first, I guess. Let's just check that off the list. Boom. All right, stay on track. It's gonna be a quick video. I have lots of things to do, but I do want to get this out to you guys for today, just to show you guys I still care about you and get this out there. All my 21 followers, but soon we're blowing up, so we already know. All right, so number one on staying on track. We'll start with staying on track. Okay, number one is track your screen time. Okay, this is a very vague thing to say. A lot of people do that. A lot of people say they follow their screen time, they manage whatever. They try and stop scrolling. They try and stop being on social media as much for all the wrong reasons, right? But everyone kind of knows that's not true. You always find yourself scrolling. You always find yourself, distracting yourself or procrastinating or using social media to procrastinate. So we talked about that in the last video and how dangerous procrastinating can be and what are some effects of that. There's nothing wrong with having a lot of screen time as long as you put it towards the right things. You guys know pretty much all my business for the YouTube and for the drop shipping, and even for APS itself. I do a lot of things online, whether if it's talking to customers, creating a new design, creating a video, uploading a video, editing, marketing, posting, things on Instagram, all that stuff, all that screen time. That's great because I'm doing something with it. It's for a reason. It's for the business. It's to be productive. So like I'm saying, so screen time isn't bad. It's just choosing between the right and wrong time screen time. So you know how you can add like the little widgets on your home screen on your phone? The only widget I have and the biggest widget I have is my screen time widget. It's like this big. It takes up half my screen. It literally takes up, probably about this much of my screen. And then underneath that, in this little portion of my screen right there, is just a few of my apps. So I don't have a bunch of apps. I just have a bunch of the little boxes that hold all the apps. So I just know exactly what I'm doing. If I'm gonna go onto the entertainment, I already know that I have to stay focused. Unless I'm done with my work, then I can, mess around with scrolling or whatever it is I want to do to wind down. But I have everything super organized on my phone. I have the screen time right there reminding me where I spend my time, how I spend my time, and how much time I'm spending. So that at the end of the week or even at the end of the day, I can follow up with that and just see, what I'm doing with it. So it's a good feature to have, and it's a good thing to always keep track of and make sure that you know the difference if you're going to use it for positivity, for productiveness, for work, for, to help you learn more, or to just scroll, to distract yourself, to procrastinate, to mess around, to whatever the heck you're doing. Just make sure you're doing it for the right reasons. Especially if you're doing something online, it's really easy to be distracted. If you're working on YouTube, it's easy to click on someone else's video. If you work on Instagram, it's easy to scroll. If you work on TikTok, whatever it is, you don't have to be working. It could just be something as simple as doing your homework, right? So just watch your screen time and be aware of how you spend your time on your screen, okay? Obviously, there's always a time you can just relax and wind down. That's a different story. That's not what we're talking about in this video. All right, second thing for staying on track says use your time as if you get paid for it. So this is a very, very important thing. There's a reason I put this last. I wasn't gonna put it first, but I wanted it to be the last thing you guys hear for this section. Use your time as if you get paid for it. All right, that's it's vague, but it's also very specific. So imagine the only time that you ever make money is if you're doing something for your business. If you're doing something for, if it's even whatever, doing a school project or something stupid, right? It doesn't have to be, building a fucking rocket ship. It could be something as simple as working on a new design or working on, an idea to create a new business to think of, all these things, right? Or even just like a school project, just do something as if you're getting paid for it, right? It doesn't have to be just business. It doesn't have to be just school. It could be anything. Something that you really like to do, something that maybe you find yourself easily distracted from. Like if I'm here doing stuff on my, like we just said, the screen time. I'm here doing something on my phone that I'm doing for my website, and I click and I see this notification from YouTube, and then I magically start watching YouTube Shorts. It's different. Would you be doing that if you got paid for it? No, you probably stick to the thing. You would swipe. You probably even turn off the notification for YouTube or Instagram or whatever it is that you're doing that's distracting you. You'd probably turn the notifications off if you're getting paid to do your homework. If you're getting paid to do this design, if you're getting paid to do this in this certain amount of time, you would do it, and you would. Okay, because I would, right? And at the end of the day, if you stick to it and if you follow through what you're doing, and follow through with your ideas, you will get paid for it. Okay, so just think of it as if you're already getting paid for it, work for it, and it'll come true. It'll happen. Okay. Because if you think it into existence and you do it and you take the actions and set the goals and set the habits and complete the tasks, it will come true. Okay, you will make that money. It doesn't have to just be money. You will achieve the goals. You'll achieve the fitness goals. You'll achieve the mental strength. You'll achieve the physical strength. You'll achieve the financial strength, financial literacy. Anything that you want to accomplish, if you put your mind to it and do it as if you're getting paid, you'll get it done. You will. Okay, so just stick to it. And then now we're gonna move on to follow your own path. All right, follow your own path. One path. Okay, so this one I have a lot of experience with. Not that I had followed other people's paths or copied someone else, but mainly just the one path thing, because it's very easy for me to come up with, business ideas, business propositions, inquiries, whatever it is you can think of with business to start something new or, develop something better. I've pretty much thought of it and I've worked on it, and sometimes I've even spent money on it. Right. But it was more than one path. It was more than one choice. It was more than not one choice, but it was more than one, section. So if I'm going to do, like, I went from car detailing to trading to this, I've had a bunch of other things. So I'm still doing trading, stock trading, obviously. And I'm obviously still doing this design or this job shipping because I really believe this will come through. I like the designs. It's really fun to do. I like making the products. I didn't know how to use Canva. I didn't know how to use all these designing apps. I didn't know how to use Shopify or even YouTube or whatever, all this stuff. And like I said, if you stick to one thing, if you stick to one goal, all these other habits, all these other, achievements, other things will follow. So this is a literal live living example, right? One day I was just like, fuck, I don't know how I'm going to design this thing. I don't know where I'm going to design it, or I don't know what I'm going to design, right? But that one night when I stayed up that one day when I stayed up for 26 hours is when I created that first design, because I decided to take the risk and use Canva for the first time and spend money on it on something I didn't know how to use. Now, it's not that deep because it's just Canva. It's a little design thing. Yeah, it's simple, but it led to me being able to set my first product out there, to set my first design. So, and that's because I followed the one path. So just follow that one path. You don't need 10 things. You don't need to put all your, what's it called? I don't know the saying, but putting all your things in a bunch of different things. Just put all your talents, put all your efforts into one. Don't spread them out. Okay. Now, once you have that one thing that takes off, once you have that one thing that is doing well on its own, then you can spread to a different one, right? Which is what I'm doing, right? I'm doing really good on this, and I'm also still doing a little bit of trading. I'm still developing, watching videos, learning, doing all those kinds of things, and doing paper trading and all that stuff, but I'm still mainly focusing on this. Now, once this takes off and I'll hire someone to take care of it, I'll manage the designs and do all that stuff when it's a bit easier and it's a little bit slower. Then I move on to more trading. Then I can do both, and then I'll start something else. You know what I'm saying? So stick to one path, follow your own path. Okay. Just because you have a buddy who's doing something else and it works for them doesn't mean that it's not gonna work for you, but it doesn't mean that you should do it. Right? Just because it works for someone else doesn't mean, it means that they like it. It means that they chose it. So, and I'm not saying you don't have to try. You can try and look into it if you want, but I'm not saying don't do it. I'm not saying it's not for you, but I'm saying there's a reason that you're doing something else. And it's because you like this more. You like doing this more. It's not necessarily because it's easier, but you like it more. I like doing this design stuff more. I like doing the products. I like doing trading more. You know, there's other businesses that I have friends doing, or I know people that are doing, that are great and they're cool. And I've looked into them, but I never really, started them because I knew I probably wouldn't like that. So just stick to something that you like. Stick to something that's your own idea. Stick to something that you know is you, right? Don't just move to something or start something new just because someone else is doing it, okay? Just because it works for someone else doesn't mean it will work for you. But also, even if it works for you, there's a reason you're probably not doing it, because you thought about it, but you probably didn't choose it because you didn't think that you would like it, right? Side note, we've gone this whole entire video without dropping the camera, so I'm going to be really gentle because last time I felt like 6 times. All right, so that was focus on your own goals and your own habits. Or that was kind of focus on your own path and choose one path, okay? Now we're going to move to the first check mark here, which I didn't mark off the other 2. Let's check that off real quick. First, stay on track, boom. So we have 2 more sections to cover here. We'll hopefully get this done in the next few minutes. All right, focus on your own goals and your own habits, okay? So this pretty much redirects to follow your own path and all that stuff. And like I said, you have a certain vision. You have a certain, you have certain things in the first priority, in the second priority, in the third priority, right? And there's a reason they're there, because those are there to help you achieve your goals, and your habits are there to help you also achieve your goals, right? So like in the first or second video, we talked about the goals, setting goals and habits, and forming effective habits. And without effective habits, you don't have good goals, right? Or vice versa, or whatever, okay? You can design your own goals, but the point I'm trying to say is if you don't have one thing, it's going to be hard to have the other, right? So stay on your own path. Focus on your own goals. Focus on your own habits. Don't look at someone else and say, I want to be doing that. Don't look at this person. Don't watch this on Instagram and say, oh, I want to be just like them. No, it's fine to pick the good things and to choose some things and having some kinds of standards for a specific business idea or goal or habit or whatever it is you want. And it's fine to take the good things out, but don't choose something just because someone else is doing it. Don't say you want to do this or look like this just because someone else does it or looks like that, okay? You all have your own goals. You all have your own, standards, and it's fine to see what everyone else is doing, but there's no need to try and chase what everyone else is doing, okay? And that just follows back to the follow your own path, okay? So focus on your goals and your habits, okay? Because at the end of the day, no one else is you, and you're not anybody else. So just stick to who you are and develop yourself, become better and stronger and faster and smarter and wealthier, and you'll achieve all those things, okay? All right, second thing, let's cross that bad boy off right there. We have one last part. Form your own ideas. Okay, this is very simple. This is a very simple, concept to grasp. It's not really a concept, just another reminder of follow your own habits. Okay, pretty much this whole video of this whole section of the video has been talking about sticking to your own things. Okay, not necessarily staying away from other people's ideas or staying away from other people's, paths or whatever you want to call it. It's really not staying away from someone else. It's sticking to your own. Okay, it's fine to go look in this and inquire about this and research about that and look about it and all that stuff. But there's a reason you're doing what you're doing, because if it's for you. Okay, like I said before in the video, you can always switch it up. You can always change. You can always move on from it after this succeeds. And if it doesn't succeed and it falls through, then okay, then you already got the answer. You already know that's a no. So now you can move on to something else. But don't choose a bunch of different things. Don't choose something else. Don't change your idea over and over and over again if you don't have an answer, right? If you know it doesn't work, then okay, then you can move on. But if you don't know if it's going to work or not work, just stick to it until you get the answer, okay? And there's a difference between quitting before you can move on or before you can get further and really failing and not because you failed that you quit, but because you realize maybe this isn't for me. Maybe I don't want to do this, right? So we'll make a whole different video of the difference between, failing and understanding that something's not for you, understanding that maybe you don't want to do this, and quitting. Because quitting is kind of a lazy thing. Quitting is the easiest thing out, is the easy way out. If you fail a couple of times, it's easy to quit, But at the end of the day, you should never quit if you really know it's something you want to do, if you really know this is something that you could do, okay? So, because you can do anything if you have the right goals and the right habits and follow your own path and stay on track. So all these connections, all these videos are coming together to form one big idea. And it's really to be yourself, all right? To stick to your own goals, stick to your own habits. Yes, you can use the positivity from everybody else. You can use the good things. You can grab this, grab the information, read this book, do this, do that, watch videos on whatever. Control your screen time, control everything. Just be in control of what you do and choose what you do purposefully. Don't just do something because someone else is doing it, okay? And without further ado, that is the rest of the video. That was the whole video. I like to keep these between 10 and 20 minutes. 20 minutes is a little bit longer, just because unless I'm really walking you through something, or unless I have a bunch of subjects to talk about. And this isn't, just FYI, this isn't just a like motivational, mental, whatever YouTube channel. It's not what this is for. But I do want to start these first couple of videos nice and strong and lay my foundation for my ideas and my mindsets, because all these topics, all these little 1 and 2 and little sections of each video is for a reason. It's not because I want to. It's fine if I'm your whatever, I guess your mentor or something, that someone you can listen to and things like that, but that's not really the purpose for this. The purpose for this is to lay my foundation, lay down my values in business, in personal life, in whatever, education, not necessarily school, but just educating yourself financially, within business, within the world, all this kind of stuff, whatever it is. The reason I'm making these videos, yes, it's to help you guys. Yes, it's to, motivate you guys. But what it's really for is to show you guys what I value, show you guys my foundation. And from there, we'll expand. I won't just be sitting at this desk the whole time talking every single video. Okay, I'm going to be going in my car. I'm going to be driving around, be showing you guys my APS business. I'm going to walk you guys through the dropshipping store. I'm going to show you guys my products. I'm going to show you guys my plans. I'm going to tell you guys my plans. I'm going to show you guys my goals, my habits, the way I walk through things, all my personal stuff, all my, business stuff, everything. I'm going to be showing you guys that. But right now, I want to tell you guys the main foundations. Okay, forming good habits, forming good goals, sticking to your own path, why making consistency is the key to your success, why doing all these things helps you succeed, become profitable, all these things, right? Having the right mindset, taking action, all this stuff is to show you guys first my foundation, my virtues, my values of business and all these things, and why I'm choosing to do them. And then from there, we'll make it a little bit more personal. Like I said, I'll walk you guys around. I'll get a nice camera, but we're not there yet. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, we're not there yet. And it's not because I can't buy a camera. I can buy 2, 3, 4, 5 cameras, but that's not the point. The point is to level up with you guys, to level up the channel with you guys, to show you guys my business side, my personal side, and just my growth in general that leads to my success. Okay, because I want to take you guys on this journey, and I don't want to just rush and be like, what's up, guys? Stay with me, 10 bands, doing this, that. Here's my trading. This is goal. This is going to be a trading channel. No, this is just all about stuff. I'm going to be showing you guys a little bit of everything, a little bit of trading, a little bit of this. I'm not going to be teaching you trading, but just showing you guys everything I do, showing you guys how I make money, what I do to make money, why is this thing going black, and all those things. Okay, and without that little ramble there, I'm going to cut the video, edit it, post it, and then I'm going to throw up my second design for my logo and hopefully create a video not 6 days apart. I know I was doing 3 to 4 days, and I kind of fell off that track just because the designs and all this stuff and the product and the website. So it's not because I forgot. I just chose to do that over this. But, at the end of the day, I'm going to be making more videos anyway. And I really do want to get these videos out for you guys and for me, and I'm not gonna make this video any longer. So without that, that's the end of the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.